Maths, today we're going to be multiplying and dividing by 10. Pause the video while you write the yellow and the short date in the maths book. Right, here you can see I have my place value grid and I've written the number 15 on it, which is 1 10 and 5 ones. And we're going to multiply this number by 10. When we multiply a number by 10, all of the digits move one column to the left. And we add a 0 to our number. If we were to leave it blank and just wrote it down, our number would still be 15, so we wouldn't have successfully multiplied it by 10. So all the digits have moved one place to the left and our 0 joins the line. Our number 15 multiplied by 10 becomes 150. This time we've got 13, and we do exactly the same process. When we do 13 times by 10, all the numbers move one column along in our place value grid, and a 0 takes the place on the end of the line. So 13 times by 10 becomes 130. Here we have the number 16, so we're going to multiply this by 10. So all of the digits move one column to the left, and the 0 joins the line. 16 times 10 therefore becomes 160, and we have our 0 in the ones column, where the 6 used to be. Write 17 in your book and then multiply it by 10. Pause the video while you work this out. And press play again when you've got your answer. "17 times 10 is 170. Give yourself a tick if you got it right. Right, let's do another one together. This time, I want you to times 27 by 10. Again, pause the video while you work out your answer and write it down. Then press play when you're ready. 27 times 10 is 270. Give yourself a tick if you got it right. Write the number 47 in your book and times this number by 10. Even though it looks a much bigger number, the process is still exactly the same. So every number is going to go one column to the left. Pause the video while you work out the answer. 47 times 10 is 470. Give yourself a tick if you got it right. Well done. The next sum we're going to do is 77 times 10. Write this down in your book and work out the answer, then press play again on the video. 77 times 10 is 770. Well done. Give yourself a tick if you got it right. I'm now going to show you how to times a 3-digit number by 10. It's exactly the same and is not any more difficult. Again, all we do is move each number one column to the left and a 0 joins the place in the ones. So 177 times 10 becomes 1770. The 7 has become a 70, the 70 has become a 700, and the 100 has now become 1,000. Let's look at another one together. 307 times 10. So again, the number is bigger, but the process is exactly the same. 0 joins the end, and all the numbers are pushed along one column to the left. So our 7 becomes a 70, our 0 goes into the hundreds column, and our 3 goes into the thousands. So multiplying by 10 is nice and easy. You just need to remember that each number moves along one column in your place value, and a 0 will take its place on the end. Now we're going to be looking at dividing by 10. This is as straightforward a process as multiplying by 10. This time though, instead of all of the numbers moving one column to the left, they will move one column to the right. So 80 divided by 10 will be 8. The 8 moves one column to the right, as does our 0. So I don't actually like the way that our scheme is showing us how to do this. I will show you how I would like to think of it. So we have 80, and I've introduced the big circle or the big spot. It's not normally this big, and you shouldn't draw it that big, but we call that a decimal point. So 80 divided by 10, everything moves one column to the right. So our 8 moves into the ones and our 0 moves the other side of the decimal point. So the answer is 8 or 8.0. When it is 0.0 though, we don't have to worry about writing it. So we would just write the answer as 8. However, it's very useful to know about the decimal point and where it helps with dividing by 10. So this time we've got 60. 60 divided by 10. So all the numbers move one column to the right in our place value or mentally in your head. So this becomes 6 or 6.0. Here we have 160, so it's a bigger number, but we work it out exactly the same way. So 160 divided by 10, every number is going to move one column to the right in our place value. So the answer to this is going to be 16. The hundreds move into the tens move into the ones, and the ones move the other side of the decimal point. Let's try and work out one together. So write 460 in your book and you're going to divide this by 10. Draw the decimal point if it will help you. Pause the video while you work out the answer. Remember, all of the numbers move one column to the right. So the answer is 46. Give yourself a tick and a pat on the back if you got this right. If you look at this answer, all of the numbers you can see have moved one column to the right, and our 0 is now the other side of the decimal point. The 4 has left the hundreds and gone into the tens. The 6 has left the tens and gone into the units. Let's do one more example together, and then I will show you why the decimal point and doing it this way is so important. So write 420 in your book and divide it by 10. Pause the video while you work out the answer. So the answer is 42. As you can see, all of the numbers have moved one column to the right, and the 0 is now the other side of the decimal point. Remember, you don't have to do the decimal point and the 0 if that is the answer. We only need the decimal point if there is a number other than a 0 that's going to be there. Why is Mr. Moody bothered showing us the decimal point? Well, I will show you why. If we are dividing a number by 10 that doesn't have a 0 in the ones column but has any other number, it's just as easy to do, but we need to be aware of the decimal point. And we certainly should never think of dividing by 10 as removing a 0. Pause the video and see if you can work out the answer to this one. You don't have to write it down though. Press play when you think you know the answer. Remember, we would work it out exactly the same way as all the others, so all of our numbers would move one column to the right. Now they've all moved one column to the right, the answer is here, 8.5. So the 8 has gone into the ones and the 5 has gone to the right hand side of the decimal point, and we call this column the tenths. You don't really need to worry about this at the moment, but it's good to know. Let's do one more example together. This looks like a really hard sum, but it isn't. Write it in your book. 334. Remember to do the decimal point because this will help you. Now divide it by 10. Remember, your answer, move all the numbers one column to the right. Pause the video while you work out your answer. Brilliant. 33.4. Well done. Remember though, multiplying by 10, all of the digits move one column to the left. When dividing by 10, all of the digits move one column to the right. Pause the video and write the answers to these sums in your book. Make sure you look carefully each time at the symbol involved in the question. When you have completed this work and question 17, get a coloured pencil out and mark it, and the answers will be up at the end of this video. So pause the video now and complete the work. Pause the video while you mark your work. Then award yourself some house points depending how well and how hard you think you've tried. If you still have time, then please go on to the maths extension video.